faithful listener. I'm Stephen Edwards, this is Inquiring Minds. Today on the show, Jack Woods, who is an expert in the art of improvisational comedy. He's here to talk about the craft, give me some tips, and also plug his new online course, perfect for beginners who want to get into this, spare of the moment, off the top of your head style of funny funnies. He even tries to get me to do a little bit of yes-anding, and so that's fun. It's a real light-hearted episode, which I think you're all really going to like. But before we get to that, let's hear from today's sponsors, which is a new website, pasteracer.com. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been for a job interview or preparing for a job interview and you mildly worry that your employer might search you, Google you, find your Facebook and, really see all the embarrassing non-PC stuff you did, years ago before this was really part of the public consciousness? We're talking about, misguided Halloween costumes, that time in 2005 when you went on your friend's wall and called them a faggot, all of this stuff that might affect you getting the job. Well, Past Eraser will go through and erase everything that it deems to be un-PC or shows you in a bad life or, shows you to be homophobic or transphobic or, misogynist or racist or Islamophobe or an anti-Semite or that you hate cats, you want to electrify horses, anything that might stop you getting the job, Past Eraser will see to it, wipe it off from the face of the internet. And now on with today's show. Got me about the whole
you
story.
need to lay down top when you're doing painting.
Yeah.
Otherwise, even if the kids are involved,
it just gets out of control.
It's going to be everywhere.
Moderation is my thing. Everything in moderation. Are we good to go?
I'm prepared. That's the benefit of being a professional improviser. You're always ready to go.
Well, we'll get into that. Hello, listeners. I'm here with Jack Woods, a professional improviser, and also the teacher of a new online course entitled "Yes, You Can Have a Better Life and..."
Which
right?
is a great pun if I do say so myself.
It's fair, okay. Now, Jack, I must admit, I'm not a big fan of improv. As a journalist, I'm a fan of things, like words and research and citing sources, things like that. And improv, to me, is the act of deliberately avoiding attention to detail and also deliberately avoiding working hard at all on your craft. And, you just sound like you're hoping the audience will do the work for you with the whole yelling out places and situations. Once the novelty of improv fades away, which I believe it did many years ago, I wonder if you're going to find yourself, finding out that this technique you're so proud of, it's really no different than the schoolyard ticking around of special needs children. Now, what would you say to that?
Wow. That is an in-depth attack on my whole career and life.
It was pretty, full guns blazing, wasn't it?
Jesus, is this what you do here? I was on Lorraine yesterday, and that was just a nice sit-down and chat.
Well, yeah, in fairness, I did plan out some nice things I was going to say there, but then I just kind of went into improv mode and in the spirit of the day.
I see. I see what you've done there. That's two pretty scathing takes on my career and livelihood again. Okay, yeah, well... yes, I hear your objections to my belief, and I would like to maybe change your opinion on them.
By all means, go for it.
My technique further.
That's what makes good podcasts.
I would start out by saying that improv is meant to be funny, so what you employed there to so tactfully hurt my feelings was not funny.
So
it was just mean.
It's not part of the rules. One of the rules is it's got to be fun.
Well,
there's loads of rules when it comes to fun, isn't there?
They're not rules. It's more like structure, a regimented structure. Okay, a regimented structure that has to be followed in order to sustain comic results. Yeah. But rules, probably not the word that I would use.
Well, it seems to fit. Okay, so anyway, listen, as you may have been able to decipher, I don't care much for improv. I think it's a waste of time and, frankly, stupid.
Okay. Was there a question there, or was that just another hurtful statement?
You know who was funny? Bill Hicks. He was a funny man. He was a smart man.
Bill Hicks was funny.
Didn't improv.
No, he did not. He didn't have the option to do improv at the time he was around, and his style of humor was more, his style of humor was more educational. Which
who else I like? Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell's really funny.
Yeah, different side of the coin there, but I think you may find that Will Ferrell has his background in improv.
But he didn't do improv in his best movies, did he?
Well, if you look at like Anchorman 2, there's a lot of room
Kicking and Screaming.
Kicking and Screaming.
That was a good movie.
The kids football movie.
Yeah. Will Ferrell's in that.
That's your favorite Will Ferrell movie.
It's not my favorite. I think it's a solid movie that you could see people. The script went through drafts. There were revisions.
Yeah, a lot of drafts. I'd imagine it was a terrible movie.
Nobody made it up on the day, is what I'm saying.
Well, maybe if they did, just let the creative ideas flow through them instead of sitting at a desk writing down tripe dialogue, they would have had a better movie on their hands.
And this is what you tell people in your class.
This is what the online course covers.
You teach improv.
I teach improv online and how you can employ those improv techniques in your daily life.
These techniques like not thinking. You're trying to tell people not to think. And you charge people for this?
Well, everyone's going to make a living. But
all right.
It's this. You can equate this to meditation. Meditation.
How can you equate this to
meditation? Is
this I need to hear.
Yes, if you let me say it. Meditation is the act of sitting still and doing nothing, but it also takes years to master, if indeed it can be mastered at all.
So you're saying meditation. You're equating meditation, the search for self, inner peace, and a deeper connection to the universe, is to you the same as a man walks into a supermarket with he's got a briefcase full of broken condoms.
Was that an improv?
It was improv. If I did that in your class, would I get a good ruling? Would I get a good grade, a passing grade?
Well, we don't give grades. It's not it's not school. It's not homework. This is coping mechanisms for daily life.
Okay,
it's a place for actors to hone their craft as well.
Run me through a class then. How does it go? You can skip the part where, you take a break for playtime and juice. Because I'm assuming adults and kids can go. It's basically the same level of intellectual, activity for both of them.
That was meant to
I'm sorry, I'm having fun.
That was meant to be an insult, but it is also true. Adults and children can take part in improv.
That's amazing.
But we have different classes, obviously.
Sure.
More poop-based jokes in the kids' classes. Get some poop-based jokes in the adult classes as well.
I bet you do. I bet that's most of the adult classes.
But people attend the classes, which they can do online, and then they learn the techniques of improv there, which they can then employ in the daily life. The warm-ups for these classes would be your standard imagination-based games.
Okay, and what does that mean?
But it's mindfulness. It's shifting your consciousness to the perspective of something else. So you'll pretend to be a tree. You'll pretend to be a mailbox, and you'll commute with the world through the eyes of said mailbox.
This is an exercise that happens in your course.
Yes.
People pretending to be trees, like they're in, the Christmas nativity play at primary school.
It sounds dumb, but it's about getting outside of your own ideas of what is silly and just focusing yourself on the results of humor.
Yeah, and what is useful as well. Okay, so what else do you do? What are the games? What are the warm-up exercises are there?
You're probably more familiar with something like the yes and situations that we practice.
Okay, this is when someone suggests something and the next person adds to the suggestion, and over the course of this you create a narrative situation.
That is exactly correct.
Yeah, that sounds equally dumb. What else have you got?
Then we'll build scenes, name a place, name an occupation, and we let the work begin, in which we cover the cornerstone of the golden rule of improv, if you will, which is, again, yes and.
Okay, so let's talk about the rules for a second. We've already done yes and, always agree, always keep things moving forward. What are the rules of improv?
Well, the suggested steps of improv are, after yes and, listening.
I'm sorry, what? No, I'm joking.
Because
you said listening, and I said... Okay,
the point of the pointing out the act of listening is that you're not just waiting for your line. You're engaging in the scene. You're being part of something bigger than yourself. That involves trusting the people around you, which is, once applied to your daily life, something that you may find helps you function better in the world.
Okay, so you're trusting other people to come up with the jokes and have your back in the scene. What if one of these people fails? Doesn't that mean you all fail? How can you just trust someone else to carry the whole thing as well as you?
Well, that's kind of what life is, Stephen. It's trusting other people. And another suggestive step, almost maybe say rules there. You go.
Yeah.
A suggested step of improvisation is don't be afraid to fail. Failure is a great teacher.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, but like saying failure's not all that bad and you shouldn't be afraid of it. It sounds like someone who has failed a lot in life would try to say to someone to try and indoctrinate them into thinking that they're not all that bad. I mean, if a guy in sweatpants is telling me that I shouldn't be afraid to fail, I think I'm gonna, politely excuse myself, find the nearest person in a three-piece suit, and find some life advice from them. Don't you think? Don't you agree that would be the better thing to do?
But you're asking me a question. Then.
I am an interviewer. Yes.
Well, part of the suggestive steps of improv is
no rules.
Thankfully, we don't ask questions.
You don't ask questions?
No, see, questions slow things down. Statements make things move along. Like, where is my banana? Pauses the scene. People have to look for the banana. Here is my banana is something that the other actors can see, engage with, and incorporate into their performance.
So don't ask questions, just go with what other people are saying. Jack, this is starting to sound like a cult, and to be honest, you'd be my third cult this week. So if you are a cult, reveal yourself now.
It's not a cult.
It's definitely not a cult.
It's a step-by-step guide on how to live a happier, more well-adjusted life.
Because it sounds like a cult, okay? You sure? You don't, like...
This sounds like a personal attack on me, is what this sounds like.
Well, it's kind of both.
And I don't think that's necessary. What's your deal, Stephen? I'm just trying to make people's lives a bit more enjoyable. Trying to make lives a bit more easy. Not all entertainment has to be the same. I mean, I don't like football, but I don't go bad-mouthing people who dedicate their entire lives to the act of kicking a ball around the field, you know? Okay, what I'm teaching people here makes sense when you apply it to your life.
You're not
it
teaching
makes
anything.
People
You're
happy.
teaching people to not think. You are a detriment to the species.
That's kind of what Buddhism is. It's accepting things as they happen. That's kind of what improv is. It's accepting things as they happen. If anything, this is a superior form of Buddhism because it teaches you how to deal with things as they happen, not just let them walk all over you. If you just tried a few of these things in your own life, Stephen, you might find they give you a bit of peace and make you a more well-adjusted person, which I'm going to go on a limb here and suggest you need.
I will have you know, I am very adjusted. Everything about me is in perfectly proportioned. You want me to try improv?
Just a little improv. Yeah. Okay. Let's
you walk me through it. Walk me through it.
Okay, but name a place.
Name a place.
Name a place.
Any place.
Any place you want.
A place where a scene can...
A place where a scene could happen. It could be a country. It could be a location within the country.
Okay.
It could be a fictional place. It could be a shop. It could be a library.
Let me think.
It could be a library, Stephen.
Let me think.
Maybe a library, Stephen.
What about...
Place with books, Stephen.
I'm blanking. Hang on. No,
literally any place.
I can think of a few, but I'm trying to think of which is best.
It doesn't have to be the best. First thing that comes to your head.
Right.
Rorschach test. Go. Our place. Go.
What about if we do...
Stephen, think on your feet.
I'm thinking...
Stephen, you'll be happy if you think on your feet.
Okay. Let's...
Do you want to be happy, Stephen?
I want to be happy.
Well, think of a place.
Give me something else. Let's start another way. Do it another way. Okay. I'm loose. I can do this.
An object.
What?
Literally any object.
Okay.
In the history of objects.
All right, then.
In the known universe.
Okay, so if we can start off with...
A brush.
A
spoon. A Cadillac.
Oxygen? That's not
Oxygen's
really
not an object.
Not really an object. We're talking about things that tangible.
A jar of oxygen.
Tangible. What about...
a book. A book like you might find in a library.
Okay, loneliness. No, loneliness is a feeling.
Stephen.
It's not an object. Okay. Let's try another way. Give me something else. I can loosen up. Let's do the yes and thing. You give me a statement and I'll yes and it.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah. Go. Hit me.
Right. Well, hello, Mr. Watercress. Is this your sandwich?
No, it was someone else's. Shit, I did the exact opposite of the yes
you
and.
You said no. You're not meant to say no.
And I derailed what you were saying.
Yeah, let's try something else. Okay.
You hit me with it. I'm ready.
Why, Mrs. Sampson? You're looking well today. Would you like to try one of my magic beans?
Why are you saying Mrs.? I'm a man.
It doesn't matter.
You were saying, and
shifting characters.
I kind of.
Okay, we're gonna do this one more time.
Okay.
You're gonna get it this time.
This is easy. I don't know why I'm having a hard time.
All you have to do is say
this is
yes.
The easiest thing. Okay, yeah.
And then something else.
Okay.
We'll focus on the saying yes part first.
Right.
So don't think.
I won't.
Say the word yes.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes. Hit me.
I'll make this easier for you.
Okay.
Hello.
No. Oh shit!
No,
I did
Stephen,
the thing right away. I did it right away that time, didn't I?
I'll say hello, Stephen.
Okay.
You say hello.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will say welcome to the fun fair.
Okay.
and then you say yes.
All right.
So you're not even saying yes to the right thing,
Okay.
which is probably what's slowing you down for some reason.
Okay.
Say the word yes.
All
okay,
right.
you ready?
Okay, and just be in the moment.
In the moment.
Listen to what you're saying.
Here we go. Hello.
Welcome to the fun. Oh, I'm sorry. I was doing the other part.
You're doing the character. Would you like to switch characters? Would that make this easier?
Why is this? Why am I struggling with this? Let's go back to just ask me to name something, and I'll get it, and that'll warm
We're
me
going
up.
back to the beginning.
Yeah, just name.
You should be pretty warm by now.
Yeah, I am. I'm loosey goosey. Let's go.
Name something.
Anything.
Anything.
Anything
ever.
Anything.
Dinosaur bones.
Just,
Caveman teeth. Henry VIII's pants. Carmen Sandiego's hat.
Dick cheese. I'm so sorry that just came out.
No, we have to roll with it now. It's out there.
Do we really have to?
We have to. You don't get a second take at life.
No, but
you don't get a second take at life or improv. Okay. Dick cheese
Dick
is the
cheese,
the object. So
okay.
now, a situation in which dick cheese can be found. A place. Give me a place. A dick cheese factory.
The outer lips of a vagina. I'm so sorry.
Jesus
I'm so
Christ.
sorry. I don't know where this is coming from. I'm trying not to think, and these are just the first things that are popping up.
So we have dick cheese. We have the outer lips of a vagina.
Yes.
We need a situation.
A situation. Back alley abortion. Shit.
I'm gonna go.
No, just talk to me.